By now you've probably heard a lot of people's perspective on whether the iPad Pro can replace your laptop, but I think I can still add something. Hey, I'm Brian, and this is the 2018 12.9-inch iPad Pro.
First of all, the hardware is incredible and it really makes you want to use it. The front looks great, the weight is perfectly distributed and it stands upright on its boxy edges. You unlock it with Face ID, similar to Windows Hello, and that works in any orientation. The screen, which I wouldn't really call edge-to-edge, but close enough, is still best in class. Bright, sharp, perfect colors and super smooth with ProMotion. It's also super smooth thanks to the new A12X Bionic chip inside. You've seen the benchmarks, this is as fast as Intel's i7-8750H, which you can find in similarly expensive laptops. That's ridiculous, since this is 5.9mm thin and fanless. Yes, I know, it's not x86, but still. And battery life doesn't suffer under all of this performance either. It still lasts days on a charge. What's also still best in class is Apple's new Pencil. Drawing with it on the screen is, in my eyes, the best experience you can have with a pen out of any tablet or two-in-one. It's instant, pressure sensitivity is on point, tilt sensitivity is amazing, and you can now even tap it to change to the eraser and charge it magnetically on the side of the iPad. It's so great you might as well ditch pen and paper. And this is also thanks to the great app ecosystem on the iPad, with the whole Adobe suite taking great advantage of the Pencil. The iPad makes Illustrator so much more fun. But all of this was already true last year, just now we have hardware that makes it even harder to resist. The iPad Pro is a pleasure to use. Too bad most people won't really find an adequate use for it. Hear me out. For a casual user, this will do everything they need. Word processing, browsing, video watching, it's all amazing on here. But you could also do all of that stuff on the normal iPad. It doesn't really justify this higher price point just for the better hardware that a casual doesn't really need. So for casual users, the iPad Pro is just a nice to have. For creative professionals with enough money, however, this makes perfect sense. Those people have a powerful desktop or iMac Pro for the more demanding tasks anyway, and this can definitely replace the laptop they usually have in addition to that to work on the go. Apps like LumaFusion enable you to just take the iPad to an event and edit the video for that on the iPad. A lot lighter and more convenient than a laptop. But this only works when you prepared your work environment on the desktop before. You can't create an After Effects animation on the iPad, that needs to be done on a desktop. So if you are that person that has a powerful computer already and just searches for something to handle what you need to do on the go, the iPad is perfect, and it even allows you to get more creative with the Pencil. But for creative professionals who are budget cautious, like myself, it just doesn't make any sense at all. If you can only afford one device, it shouldn't be an iPad Pro. It does 90% of what you might need to do, and maybe even more conveniently than a PC, but for the last 10% you would need a separate computer. The iPad Pro doesn't have a headphone jack, which makes audio editing very hard. You can't connect external storage to the, thankfully, USB-C port, or manage storage on the iPad easily at all. So for 1800 euros for the 512GB version with keyboard and pencil, you should rather get a laptop that's as fast and does the additional 10% too if you're only looking for one device.
Basically what it comes down to is this: if you have to compare or think about the price at all, then you shouldn't buy this. But if that price is justified for you by the additional polish and convenience, or you just do not care, then go right ahead. And I think that's a pretty general story with a lot of Apple products.
If you want to at least try out the new iPad Pro or a lot of other tech, you can do that with Grover. Grover allows you to rent your favorite new technology instead of buying it. They didn't sponsor this, but at the link in the description you can get 50 euros off with no minimum spend. So you can basically try out something for free and send it back after a month. Sounds like a deal, right? That's why I thought I'd mention it.
If you enjoyed this video, you know which buttons to press, and don't forget to press that follow button on Twitter. I'm Brian, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.